Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. It is Friday. Yay. And we have something special tonight. My very first ever. We are going to be doing a video tonight. So this is going to be just like school when the teacher rolled in the cart with the TV on it that was strapped to it. And everybody wondered why the TV was strapped to it. And then you realized it was a CRT TV and that sucker weighed 55 pounds. So we are going to do my first ever reaction video. Now, I know reaction videos are kind of a hot topic in the content creation world right now. So I'm going to do my best to not only do the original creation justice, but add my own flair to it, add my own flavor to it, my own transformative content. So what we're going to be doing tonight is the new documentary on Boogie2988 that came out a couple days ago, made by a gentleman named Mike Klum, and I apologize if I get that last name wrong. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to lay some kind of ground rules for my reactions up front, so you guys know what to expect. First and foremost, I am going to be pausing it quite a bit to give my own opinions, to give my own thoughts, and stuff like that. So don't yell at me that why I'm pausing so much. If you want to watch the completely unedited, completely unmessed around with version, please check out the original video. It's linked below. The original video deserves to be watched. It deserves to be enjoyed. And I'm just some schmuck that's going to watch it and talk about it. So, as my train of thought completely derails. So I also want to give a little bit of a disclaimer here. I am not in any way, shape, or form, any kind of professional. I am not a professional mental health expert. I am not a professional law expert. I'm not a lawyer. Everything I say is going to be completely my own opinion and should not be taken as any kind of professional advice. So, with that disclaimer and covering my own butt out of the way, let's get this started and see what we got.
When I'm on my deathbed, the biggest regret I will ever have is knowing that
Oh my God, well, let's roughly round it up, say almost 4.5 million subscribers. I would cut my right arm off for 4 million subscribers. And if I get 5 million subscribers, I'll do it in a video, okay? I mean, oh my God, this number is insane.
I had a job that every person in the world would fucking kill for.
Damn right I would. Just point it out. They're gone.
I'm gonna be mad about that till I go to the fucking grave.
Boogie2988, he's a legend of YouTube. He's been around forever.
If I remember right, I think Boogie was one of the OGs. Like, I think he started like around 2008 with Angry Video Game Nerd, Spoonie, and all those guys. I think he's from that generation. And I've watched a lot of Boogie's stuff. I followed his career and all of its ups and downs, as we're going to see. Again, check out Mike Clem's channel. He does, this is what he does. He does these kind of documentary films. Okay, over 9 months. Wow.
There was one girl. I don't know if I should talk about this, Mike, but I'm going to. There was one girl that I dated. She liked a lot of childish things. She liked rubber ducks. That's why I have some of these rubber ducks. And
oh, the Harley Quinn one's cool.
Memories with her is us sitting in this tub, her playing with rubber ducks as I washed her, and then when we got out, I took her to bed. One of the best nights of my life, Mike. Happened.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. $750,000. I don't even know what $750,000 looks like.
I don't fucking know what I'm doing.
Well, I mean, welcome to the majority of the planet, Boogie. Most of us don't know what we're doing. But, I mean, it's just a basic math. If you have more money going out than you have coming in, you have a problem.
Money comes in, money goes out.
See?
For the longest time, my ex-wife handled that shit, but then I got divorced. I don't know where my money is. I don't know what it's doing. The only thing I've ever done with it is I threw it into crypto and then lost a shitload of it.
600.
Here's everything.
Wow.
If you want to see.
600 grand he lost on crypto. Just imagine that for a minute. Imagine what you could do with 600. Imagine what I could do with 600. If I had $600,000, I would be a multimillionaire by the end of the year. Well, maybe not by the end of the year, end of next year. $600,000. Most people I know would murder people in cold blood for $600,000. And he pissed it away on crypto. Oh my God.
There's $2,758 in my bank account right now. And let's see.
Still more than I got.
Come out yet. So tomorrow, when they take mortgage out, I'll have about $700 to live off of until the 20th, when I get paid again from YouTube. So I'm just going to live off of $700, and I'll probably sell some cards along the way, and use that money to make ends meet as well. I have a credit card with them that I owe $600 on, and on top of that, I still owe $163,000 on my house. I think my net worth is zero. Once you...
I mean, honestly, I'm saying only $163,000 left on his house. And from what I hear, he's got a pretty nice house. That's not horrible.
Pull the equity out of the house, get rid of the house debt, sell off all my collectibles, and pay off all my debts. I think that puts me at $0. Shit. I'm worthless. Yeah, this is the hard part. Back to reality.
Yeah, back when gravity takes a hold of you again. Like, I don't care. Like, big, small, getting out of the tub, everybody feels that. Like, when gravity holds you again, it's like, oh, crap. He's attempting to save 20 grand to remove excess skin. Oh, okay.
This is the one the ladies love. I call it my meat apron. I have 2 meat curtains. There's a second one. I have
Whoa,
2
dude.
glorious meat curtains. I don't like showing it to people, and people don't like seeing it. So that's why I'm going to die alone.
Now, hold on. In regards to that, wouldn't this be something, like, I'm sure he has medical insurance, right? Wouldn't this be something that they would deem, like, medically necessary? Like, this is not cosmetic surgery. This is not something that just makes him look better. This is something that would affect his health. Like, if they took all that excess skin off, that's probably another 20, maybe 30 pounds he'll lose. So, like, I don't know why his doctors aren't making the argument that this is medically necessary.
Well, my real name is Steve Williams. I'm known online as Boogie2988 because there's a lot of famous Steve Williamses, and I'm not one of them, right? I started the YouTube channel back in 2006, right at the very beginning.
Oh, 2006.
And
yeah, I thought he was there right at the start.
For comedy sketches, as well as like life vlogs and just sharing my personal life with other people.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Boogie2988 coming at you. My ankle on my left leg and had but that's just the kind of woman I married. So give her some love in the comment section.
See, that was quote unquote classic Boogie. When he was a little heavier, he had the goatee, he didn't have the full beard, and he was just kind of this lovable big dude. Like, you in the back of your mind, you kind of felt sorry for him, but he didn't make that the focus. He was all about, like, doing goofy stuff. And his character of Francis, he did a character of Francis that had a very high-pitched voice, and he did this kind of stereotypical, angry, raging gamer, and everybody loved it.
As I used to make, and it's not exactly enough to make ends meet.
Went from 280K to 17K? I mean, I would kill somebody for 17K, but...
Save my career.
What's up? Ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, Boogie2988 coming at you live.
Wow, I've never seen the other side of that room.
Today, let's talk a little bit about why you got to do better than I did.
I've told the audience, I've told you guys, I've told everybody, this is the center of my world, right here in this recliner with my dogs.
Almost $6,000 a month. And this is during his decline. This is when he's not doing too good. I would live perfectly fine off of almost $6,000 a month. But I don't have his house, so.
Watching television, playing video games on that television. But the other day, the audio on this TV started.
Some insurance don't want, going back to the skin thing, some insurance don't want to cover it. It was called cosmetic to medical, unfortunately. See, I don't understand that, because taking off that skin would be beneficial to his health. It wouldn't just be cosmetic. I don't know, maybe this is why I'm not a doctor.
Go out, and whenever it would make like S sounds, it would crackle. And so I know I'm budgeting, but I immediately went to Amazon and bought a sound bar for $100. And
What?
then the next
Why
day,
would you do that?
The TV stopped crackling, and now I have a $100 sound bar that I don't need.
So send it back.
But I know I'm supposed to be budgeting right
You got
now
30 days on
because
Amazon, send it
that's on
back.
TV, because that's my only source of entertainment, because it's the only thing I do. It's one of the only things that bring me peace. Like, I'm like, I have to be able to hear my fucking TV. But that's every addict, right? Like Mitch Hedberg said, I'll just do enough heroin. And then he like OD'd on heroin, right? So I guess every addict tries to manage.
See, he's doing the classic thing. Like, I would call this borderline hoarding behavior, because unfortunately with people that grew up in poverty, when you finally get some money, the first thing you do is spend it. And that is the absolute worst thing you can do. But it's a compulsion in us because we've never had anything before. So we run right out and we buy all the stuff we always wanted and then wonder why we're completely broke again. And I think that's one of the things Boogie got into, because it looks like it from his house. He bought all this stuff and now he doesn't have money for anything else because he never anticipated the bell curve. He never anticipated, going down, because everybody's career, everybody's life is a bell curve. You go up and then you come back down. And when you're up, you don't ever think you're going to come down.
Manage the addiction, but I don't know, man. We were talking about compulsive spending a minute ago.
Yeah.
Dude, I spent a lot of money on stuff. But you know where a lot of the money went? And like it felt really compulsive at the time.
Between 2018 and 2021, Boogie spent over $200,000 on sex workers. Oh my God, Boogie, what the hell are you doing?
I am a former sex worker escort, and Boogie2988 was one of my clients. I'm from LA, and I get a message on this website. You can probably guess which one from.
That's interesting that she's speaking about this. Like, again, I'm no expert or anything, but let's face it, Boogie is moderately famous, at least moderately famous on the internet. I would have made her sign an NDA. Like, you cannot talk about any of the time we spent together.
This guy who looked a lot like Boogie.
I took women on vacations, and I took them out to fancy dinners, and I took them to like.
Okay. All right. Oh, Boogie, what is wrong with you, dude? All right. I don't even know how to frame this, but let's just get this out here, okay? First of all, first and foremost, absolutely nothing wrong with hiring a sex worker. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. Some people just need that, and for whatever reason, it's a mutually beneficial arrangement. But men, I'm talking to you now, guys. You have got to get it through your head that the only reason she is nice to you, the only reason she is listening to you, the only reason she is even acting like she cares is because you are paying her. That's not to discredit them. They're offering a vital service. Sometimes us guys, we need that emotional and mental and physical attachment and all that fun stuff. But getting down to brass tacks, she's only doing it because you're paying her. So as much as you want to bestow these wonderful gifts on these people because they're making you feel good in the moment, You have to realize this is their job, and they're only doing it because you are paying them. So don't force yourself into destitution because you're buying extravagant gifts for an escort. Because as cruel as it sounds, she's going to say, thanks, bye.
Like Disneyland and shit.
He bought me dinner, he got me a purse that we were talking about over messages, and he got me a couple gift cards, and he spent well over $5,000 on just that night.
Holy crap!
You know the rules. The rules are we're gonna go out and eat. We're gonna have dinner. Maybe we're gonna fuck.
Okay, $5,500 he spent on this one encounter with this escort. If I had $5,500 right now, which I don't, I wish I did, what I would do with it is I would take it to an advisor I trust. I would hand him the check for the $5,500 and say, here, make me rich. Now, if he's a good advisor with a fiduciary responsibility to his client, he's going to take that $5,500 and he's going to make it multiply. It's going to take years, but it's going to multiply every year. So 5 years goes by, I suddenly have 25 grand, right? Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that 25 grand and I am going to use it as a down payment on a loan. And what I'm going to do with that loan is I'm going to buy a piece of property. Now I have equity. Now I have wealth. I'm going to take that piece of property. I am going to have someone else live in it and pay me to do so. So that allows me to pay my loan back. Again, now I have wealth. Now I have equity. And all you have to do is keep repeating that process. 10, 20 years goes by, you're a millionaire. So this is just, I know why he's doing it, and my heart goes out to him, but this is the stupidest thing he could have done with his money.
And you're going to enjoy a nice lifestyle that you don't normally get to enjoy.
So he was really funny, and definitely tell he was nervous. He did eat a lot of food. I'm pretty sure he got 2 entrees, which was very unique.
It's not a revelation. I like beautiful women. I like to hang out with beautiful women, fuck beautiful women. We all do. I never got to do that. The women I dated were pretty, sure, but they were like Arkansas 8s, not LA 10s with sugaring.
In Arkansas, 8 is like an LA 5.
Got to fuck some LA 10s, and I think that's cool.
We got back to the hotel, and I do regret to say that I slept with Boogie2988.
Regret, oof.
Overall, the experience, and I don't mean to fat shame or anything, but there was rules upon rules upon rules, and it took me a lot of time to find a stick. I am now married with 2 kids, and sleeping with Boogie is one of the reasons I quit sex work.
Oh! Wow. I'm just saying, how bad do you gotta be when the escort says, you're one of the reasons I quit? Woof. That is not a glowing recommendation. Helped fund your nursing degree.
Sure.
Well, that's nice.
Is that womanizing me? Sure, I don't really care. I'm a 48-year-old man. I never got to fuck a model. This let me fuck a couple of models. Is that wrong?
I mean, you know, money is the great equalizer. You can get a lot of people's attention with money.
Here we have some of the women in this area that are local and ready to go out. They'll go to dinner with you, they'll go to a show with you, maybe they'll come back to your place, but they are expecting something in exchange. But then it's window shopping, right? Like any other meat market like Tinder, you kind of scroll down the list of photos until you find someone that looks interesting to you. I think this girl's really cute. Oh yeah, yeah. She's definitely a little thicker than I necessarily would always go for, but there's nothing wrong with that. So I just...
Well, wait a minute here, Boogie. Now, again, people's preferences are people's preferences. But how can you say she's a little thicker than you normally go for when my dude is sitting at like 400 pounds? Again, nothing wrong with having a preference, but You know what I'm trying to say, right?
I deserve to go to Disneyland with a beautiful girl, right? I deserve to go to New York and explore Times Square with a beautiful girl,
Who said?
right? Like, I deserve that. And
Why?
I want that, and I've never had it. Man,
Like, you deserve it just because you've never had it? You know how much stuff I have never had, and I don't walk around saying I deserve it? Check yourself, dude. You already have things that I am envious of. Look at your house.
if I had that money back, that would be half of my mortgage right now. That $1,000 is my entire health insurance payment. I don't know what the prostitutes did with it, and I hope they spent it in good health.
Yeah, they spent it on a nursing degree.
But I sure could use that shit right now. You know? You want to go for a walk? See, he knows. You can't tell me he doesn't know.
Oh, God, he's got purse rats.
Leo, up, baby. I know. We'll go in a second.
I can't stand little
gotta pet your
dogs. Oh,
brother.
they're so annoying.
He's great. He's actually, I actually really love him a lot. Leo.
And to make ends meet, Boogie's selling his possession.
What's it like to have to sell them to be able to live?
So selling off these things kind of sucks because I've been playing Magic for 30 years, and some of the cards in this box I opened back in 1994. I opened them in like 96, and I've held on to them ever since. And that's like they're a piece of my childhood. They're a piece of my history. I thought I was going to get buried with this stuff. This is my stuff. This is me. This is part of me. And I made some money off of YouTube last month, but I did not make enough. Without a sponsor or
$3,000.
something.
He made $3,000 on YouTube. I'm sorry, I just have to sit in awe on that because I make zero. And I know his expenses and his lifestyles and everything. He's accustomed to earning much more than that, but I could live perfectly fine on $3,000 a month from YouTube. I would love it.
Like that, I'm not making enough, so we're gonna go to the game shop. But this is gonna keep me from going out on the streets, right? Like this is gonna keep me in a house. So I think it's bittersweet. I think he would find it bittersweet. He would have wished I'd.
No, honestly, and this is going to sound like horrible advice, which is why I gave the disclaimer that I'm not a professional and you shouldn't be taking my advice. He might be better off just going into foreclosure and just getting like a $700 a month apartment. That might be the better route. You know, sometimes you got to go down to go up. Sometimes you got to embrace the suck before things get better, you know? I don't know. Then he wouldn't have the $2,000 mortgage hanging over his head every month. You know, he would have $700 in rent, which he could afford if he's making $3,000 a month on YouTube. Might be an option.
I'm selling Magic cards on Whatnot. I'm selling collectibles on eBay. I'm selling arcade machines locally. I'll sell it all.
And I'm going to sell enough to help with mortgage, but I'm also going to sell enough to be able to play Magic tonight. Because I don't want people wondering why I'm not there. I don't want people, like, knowing I'm broke. Like, that's embarrassing.
Tough shit. It's none of their business. Why are you spending money you don't have to keep up appearances? The hell is wrong with you?
I can't afford $30 to play Magic, so I'm spending $30 to play Magic tonight.
Boogie literally does not know what the term frugal means. It's just not in his vocabulary. $30, that's dinner. That's lunch and dinner. I mean, granted, it's, you know, crappy food at the grocery store, but it's food. You don't need to be spending it on Magic when you're wondering where you're going to come up with utilities and food and mortgage and all that crap.
Okay, so this month I need from you about $1,000 to make mortgage. So I need you to pick out like $1,000 for the stuff. Like there's a couple of cradles in there. There's a city of traders.
I don't know, is
in
Black
there.
Lotus still worth like $3,000?
Well,
I don't know, I haven't played
I
Magic
think
in
200 pieces.
ever.
What?
Wait, what'd he say? Hold on, back up. What'd he say?
Dude, I thought there's a city of traders in there.
Well, I could do 200 a piece on those.
What? Dude, I thought we were looking more like 400, 450 on each of these.
No, that's what he's going to make on it.
175 is what it's down to.
Oh yeah.
Those suckers
Good
took
lord, that
tank.
took a beating. Fuck, these are reserved list cards, Glenn.
Yeah.
They're not going anywhere but up.
Okay. Well, you say that.
See, now the shop owner, which I'm assuming is the shop owner or at least a manager, if he had that smug smirk on his face while I'm doing this kind of dealing with him, I'd punch him right in the fucking head. Don't come at me with a business deal with this smug look on your face because you know you're holding all the cards. I'm going to just punch you in the face and walk out.
But the dual lands went down.
I mean, yeah, all right. As long as I'm getting mortgage money, as long as I get some cards there tonight, okay. You gave me these back.
Mm-hmm.
You want to settle on? And
Because with that cocky smirk on his face, you know what that tells me? That tells me he's lowballing me. And I'm going to flip the table and walk out.
so I come back in here because I'm not going to sell them to anybody else but you.
Okay.
Make it 3 chicken quesadillas.
Why did he say that like Francis?
Paying for this.
Shit, you're paying me back on here.
Oh, he's hitting up Mike for Taco Bell. All right, fair play. I probably would
Yeah,
too.
we all look the same in a game shop. It's because we're fucking outcasts. We're in a kind of small town. We're fucking autistic as shit. We're awkward around women. We're awkward around people.
Speak for
We don't know
yourself.
What the fuck we're doing. And then I come back here and I'm looking at all the shit I need to sell. And I'm surrounded by all the shit that I bought for YouTube videos and stuff. And it's hard to not think about what a fuck up I am.
See, Boogie is running into the same problem that Spoonie ran into. If any of you guys know who the Spoonie one is, you know that he has had a lot of ups and downs in his life as well. You know, he bought the house, you know, he thought he had life all figured out, and then, you know, his girlfriend broke up with him, and and Boogie got divorced. So both of them are sitting in the same house, nothing but themselves and a house full of memories, and that will drive you flippin' insane. So yes, probably having the bank foreclose the house and Boogie getting an apartment will do wonders for his mental health because he's not in that house full of memories.
But that's why I go to the arcade. That's why I go to play Magic. That's why I have my friends over. Because for just a few hours, I'm not that fuck up from YouTube. I'm just Steve Williams. I'm just me. Oh, this is my Saturday night crew. We get together every Saturday. We eat pizza. We play Magic. We play board games. We do Smash Brothers.
All right, so here's a question. Why isn't Boogie taking advantage of any of this? Like, he's a diehard Magic fan. He's been a diehard Magic the Gathering fan forever. Why doesn't he flip that into YouTube? Why doesn't he make a YouTube channel about Magic the Gathering? Why doesn't he get all these guys' permission and start live streaming their games because he just said they're there every Saturday. It might not turn into much, but he's making the effort. Because right now, all his channel consists of is him bitching and moaning that he's a screw-up.
Magic the Gathering, this is my crack, this is my cocaine. I met him at the magic shop. I met him in the magic shop. Now him, I met at the magic shop. This guy, I met at the magic shop.
Is there any friends you
This
have that
guy
you
met,
haven't met?
at
And he's a
the
big boy
magic
too,
shop.
that you haven't
This
met at the
guy I
magic
met
shop?
Because he was roommates with a friend I met at the magic shop. Okay, so I have $1 million question for you guys. Every Saturday we get together. Every Saturday I order what? Pizza, chicken fingers, tacos. Those are the things I normally get us, right? Like, I normally spend like $100, $150 every Saturday.
$150 every Saturday on food. Okay, I had a regular D&D game. You know what we had? And we had a pool, right? It was a $2 door fee, right? If you came to the game, you had to pony up $2. That went towards the snacks and stuff. And what that was Doritos, Funyuns, and Coke. That was it, man. And we were happier than pig and crap to do it.
And
150.
like, I showed them my bank books today, and I'm not like
Everything
I'm
about
never one to
Boogie
burden you guys with
screams
this, but, like,
opulence,
I'm
decadence.
at a point where saving $300 a month would be useful.
I mean, we've
$600
been
a month.
telling you for years that we don't care about the food that much.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong. I like having snacks and soda when I'm over here because I don't eat those at my house.
Right.
But we've definitely said it throughout the years. Like, you don't have to feed us, but you do it anyway. So
When are we going to start bringing girlfriends around? Also,
Yeah,
when are we
probably
gonna
when you guys get 'em.
start on hookers? because that's all I've brought around for 5 years. I mean, like, we haven't had like legitimate girlfriends over in a long time. You haven't dated in a while. You haven't dated in a while.
I mean, yeah, a while. That's fair enough. Yeah.
I mean, you've like had some.
Okay, I don't want to pick on a man I know nothing about, but 3 of the people in this room are the classic definition of physical appearance, anyway, of a neckbeard. And you talk about when are they going to bring women over. Few things got to change before that happens.
I think he's a good guy, yeah. I think that Boogie's definitely a good guy. He loves his friends and his family, and he cares about people a lot, and he cares about what people think about him a lot. He's a fun person to be around and to laugh and make jokes with. And sometimes we open up and we have like really personal conversations, and I enjoy getting to know him in that way as well.
Willing to do things for us. He's offered to, take care of us or...
They should be streaming these games. The content writes itself. It's just set up a camera while you guys are gaming. With the success of Critical Role, people eat that crap up now. You get a couple bucks, you throw a black tablecloth over the table and play Magic and live stream for 4 or 5 hours.
Offered us a room if he needs it. He's still going to make some of the same jokes. We all have a sort of dry sense of humor.
Sincere kindness. It doesn't always show up, but he does have a lot of compassion for people.
I think he's just a guy with good.
I think he's just a guy. Well, congratulations. Your observational skills are just off the charts.
And bad. But I don't think he's as bad as a lot of corners of the internet think he is.
I think as long as he stops tweeting the N-word, he'll be fine.
Huh? Oh, yeah. I remember when he did that.
The N-word is just a word. If you guys left and these cameras weren't rolling and I was sitting here alone in the dark and I said the N-word, there's no magic power to it.
So say it.
Oh, no, I'm not going to say it on camera where it could hurt somebody. I like it.
So you just contradicted yourself. The word has power. Doesn't have power to you. Has power to someone else that might hear it.
Offensive humor. I like dark jokes. I say fucked up shit. I think the darker something is, cancer, rape, murder, child abuse, the darker it is, the more important it is to make jokes about it.
He's not wholly wrong there.
I'm sorry you had to go through that, bro.
Yeah, that's okay. All right. I mean, I
For
can go
this.
through it. I'm still alive. She's dead. And, so fuck her. And now she's dead. That's a lot of money, I guess, for a person of color, or is it not? I don't know.
I cannot
Someone
freaking
says you
believe
can't
he
put
said
your
that.
Finger into a clitoris. Somebody here doesn't have a scalpel handy. You splay that fucker just right, you can wrap it all around your fingers. You gotta shave real thin. Woo! That's disturbing. That's the most fucked up thing.
No, I plan to shoot you, bud.
You pointing a gun at me?
Yes.
That was the dumbest thing Boogie's ever
Is this
done.
what we have to do?
Where it really went south is when one guy spent like a month of his time gathering every link.
Now, I'm kind of surprised Mike didn't offer a little bit more backstory on that. It just shows Boogie at the door with a gun. But yeah, the very short and skinny of it is someone showed up to his house that Boogie did not want there. Boogie felt threatened. Boogie answered the door with a gun in his hand. And in one of the monumentally stupid moves a human being could do, Boogie fired a warning shot. This got Boogie arrested. I think it said on the screen that it was aggravated assault. But yeah, you cannot discharge a firearm in a populated area. That's a crime. If you're not discharging the firearm in defense of your own life, then yes, it's a crime. Freaking dum-dum.
Every video clip, everything I'd ever said or done since 1998, and he compiled it into this one huge mega thread. It's like 10, 15 pages long. And every time my name would get mentioned on Reddit moving forward, they would all link to that mega thread. Well, these people on Reddit began to bombard my sponsors to make me look as bad as possible. Every time I got a new sponsor, they would bombard them. And eventually...
See, now that's screwed up, and I am going to come to Boogie's defense here. If there was no credible evidence of any of that wrongdoing, they, number one, should not have approached the sponsors in the first place. Number two, the sponsors shouldn't have taken it seriously without any shred of credible evidence. So I am going to come to Boogie's defense here. That was screwed up of the people on Reddit to do to him.
So they dropped me.
Annual income 2018, $500,000. My dude made $500,000 in the year 2018. What would you do out there in video land? What would you do with $500,000? This man had it. And apparently he pissed it away. Whoa, that was a dramatic drop in 2019. Still, I mean, he's making six figures, but wow. $26,000 a year. Welcome to minimum wage, Boogie.
Are you ready? Are you ready to step back into 1988? You ready to go back to my childhood?
Well, I'm always ready to step into 1988.
Behind the star.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Home sweet home.
You know what? Do you want to know what this represents to me? This is everything that was good about my childhood. And when I walk back in here, it's like going back in time, except things aren't completely shitty. So this is the classic. I mean, I even have a Pac-Man tattoo. This is the game I most identify with because it's about a little round guy.
Pac-Man, really?
Running through a maze, trying to figure shit out, eating everything in sight, and getting chased by ghosts of his past. So I'm basically Pac-Man.
Really, Boogie?
I know, it's simple fun.
Really?
And, I mean, look at the guy. He looks like me.
All right, dude, whatever.
I might have sprained it or broken it or something. I was walking to the bathroom in there.
Sprained his ankle while walking to the bathroom. Now, okay. Everybody in their life has stepped wrong and rolled their ankle. It happens. Especially when you're a teenager. It happens quite often because your body is growing and all that stuff. So, this is a common thing, okay? The only reason why it's significant for Boogie is because, well, he's Boogie, and it hurts a significant amount more when there's 400 pounds coming down on that ankle.
There was a loud snap sound, and things
that's not good.
shifted in one direction. And now my foot is swelling into my shoe, and it hurts really badly. It's the fun part about being old and fat. You never know. You don't know if you'll wake up tomorrow.
Well, I got morbid quick.
Today is that stroke or heart attack you've been waiting on.
I'm not waiting on one.
Or if it's going to be a healthy day and you feel real good for a change. You never know. So I don't know. It could fucking be today. Do I think I'll make 50? Yeah, probably. That's only 2 years away. Do I think I'll make 60, which is 12 years away? Probably not.
Here's everything that's wrong with Boogie. Low testosterone, testicular hypogonadism, sleep apnea, swelling due to blockages of lymphatic flow, seborrheic eczema, chronic back pain, protein in urine. That's from kidney damage, folks.
That is everything keeping me alive. We have...
And I am willing to bet at least, let's see, I see 1, 2, I'm going to guess that at least 4 of those bottles are vitamins. Because the stuff he listed off isn't horribly life-threatening. They're kind of nuisances that you can live with.
Losartan, tramadol, bupropion, sertraline. Did I deal with back pain? I deal with nightmares. I'm always tired. I don't know the last time I did sleep. Otherwise, if I don't wear this machine at night, when I'm supposed to be sleeping, I'm actually drowning in my own fat.
Oh, yeah. Exaggeration much, Boogie? That's for sleep apnea. For those of you who don't know, sleep apnea is the problem where the soft tissue of your throat actually closes at night. So what you do is you stop breathing while you're sleeping. You're not literally drowning in your own fat. You stop breathing, which affects your oxygen saturation and stuff like that. It's a legitimate medical condition, but he just exaggerated it. And while you are in treatment, while you are wearing your mask, you're perfectly fine. Because CPAP stands for constant positive air pressure. What it does is it sends a constant little puff of air down your throat so that soft palate cannot close off your airway. Again, while you're receiving treatment, you're perfectly fine. It's not life-threatening whatsoever.
High blood pressure, history of gastric bypass, intestinal malabsorption, vitamin D sufficiency, because like most gamers, I hate the sun, morbid obesity, major depressive disorder, major anxiety disorder, history of diabetes mellitus, blood pooling in veins, varicose veins of the legs with complications, degeneration of lumbar or lumbosacral intervertebral disc. That means my back don't work so good. History of basal cell carcinoma. That's
History of basal cell carcinoma, that doesn't mean it's affecting you. It means it affected your family. So you can scratch that one completely off the list. You may be at higher risk, but you do not have cancer, Boogie. Asthma, well, all right, and allergies. So everything he has listed, as far as I know, and again, I am not a medical professional, as far as I know, none of these are imminently life-threatening. And all of these would, and I know I'm going to sound like a broken record here, but a lot of these would be dramatically improved if he lost significant weight.
cancer, and of course I can't breathe so good, so asthma and allergies as well.
So it's a waiting game now, and it's just about making the best of it.
If it's just a waiting game and it's about making the best of it. No, you Nimrod, you fight. Do not go gentle into that good night. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. You should see all of these problems. You should see all of these health effects that it's having on you, and it should piss you off. But no, he's going to roll over and die.
Just enjoy what you got when you got it. Sometimes that's a chicken quesadilla.
Yes, sorry, I have not been paying attention to the chat. Yes, he did say tramadol. Halfway into the documentary production, I decided to take a break. The mood was overwhelmingly depressing.
Like a
Wow.
documentary that was generally entertaining. You realize, wait a second, everything he says is depressing. Everything he says is like the saddest shit I've ever heard.
Yes, because unfortunately, Boogie has just fallen into this hole and he refuses to try and dig himself out. Yes, those of us that suffer with mental illness, and I say those of us because myself included, sometimes you do crawl into your own head, and sometimes all you see is blackness. And it is horrible, and it is depressing, and it's there, you know? But there comes a time where you decide that this is not going to be my future. And no matter what, you start crawling out of that hole. And thus far, Boogie has not done that. They say you have to hit rock bottom, right? Alcoholics Anonymous and organizations like that always say you have to hit rock bottom before you can start getting better. And for the most part, that's true. You do need to hit rock bottom. You need to base plant where you can't go any deeper before you can start climbing out. And I don't think Boogie has hit it. When the house is foreclosed on, when he loses all of his stuff that is so precious to him, when he loses the majority of his earthly possessions, I think then it's going to be rock bottom, and it's going to be do or die. And unfortunately, I think with Boogie's current mindset, he's going to choose die. He's just going to roll over and quit. Which sucks. It sucks for any human being to make that decision. You know, fight. I mean, that's all I can say. Fight. Just doesn't matter what you got to do. Just do it.
That would be half of my mortgage right now. $10,000. And it's just about making the best of it.
This is the first documentary I'm doing.
See, I mean, it's kind of sidetracked over what we're watching now, but again, he makes, what was it, $3,000 a month on YouTube? He could make a decent living. It's not going to be a Taj Mahal. He's not going to be living in the lap of luxury, but it's a decent living. It's a fairly decent apartment. And, you know, he can still make his YouTube videos. He can, you know, he can still, quote unquote, work at, you know, what he's been doing.
I can't put out a documentary that's this guy the whole time because I don't want my brand new channel.
Oh, his channel's new?
To be
I didn't know that.
known as making documentaries about the most depressing people.
I thought he was around for a while.
It's just like, what the fuck happened to this guy? What the fuck happened to Boogie?
Oh, I can tell you. I can tell you as a fan of, well, sort of, I was a fan of Boogie's. Now I just think he's a dumpster fire. But I can tell you is he will not get over his childhood trauma. And I know that's simple to say, just get over it, because, you know, saying get over it never helps anybody. But he has never done anything to work to progress, to return to a healthy mindset. He is stuck in his childhood trauma. Now, did I just answer it before the documentary did? Oh, and a YouTube consultant. That's cool. I didn't know such things existed.
What made people originally like him? It could be as simple as just that positive attitude.
Why not use your only life?
Yeah, see, this is the old
to
Boogie.
make the lives around you better. Fuck you. It's none of your fucking
There's the new
business.
Boogie.
It's my body, it's my choice. Eat shit.
And over time, in the content, we see this shift where he starts to become more interested in money.
I just like making content. I just like talking to a camera. I just like doing cool stuff. I just want ad revenue. I just want YouTube to pay me a fair amount. That's all I've ever wanted.
Okay, let's be honest with ourselves here. Everybody on YouTube is doing it to make money. Straight up. Everybody is doing it to make money. There may have been a time, you know, a decade or so ago, before AdSense, before sponsor deals, before all that nuttiness, that people did it for just the love of it. And there are people that still do it for the love of it. But they know they're getting paid for it. I seriously doubt the vast majority of YouTubers would be on this platform, would be on any platform at all making content if they weren't getting paid for it. Because out of the kindness of your heart only takes you so far. So that's just the raw truth people don't want to admit, is every single content creator is on here to make money. I'm on here to make money, although I'm not making any. But the people that do it because they love it, and the money is kind of just a bonus. The money allows them to live this lifestyle, to be able to afford food, shelter, what have you, while they're making content, while they're doing what they love. That is the best kind of creators, because they're doing what they enjoy, and it's allowing them to pay for all the things in life they need to pay for so they can keep doing what they enjoy. You know, like the saying goes, if you do something you love, you never work a day in your life. And those are the best creators. Those creators that are doing it because they love doing it, and they know that the paycheck that they're getting from it is able to pay for all the stuff they got to pay for in life. That's my 2 cents on the subject of the whole, oh, you're just doing it for the money, blah, blah, blah. Everybody's doing it for the money. Just a lot of us don't come right out and say it.
Right?
And his concerns about money.
If I could teach you anything, it's to hold on to the money you get.
Oh, are you trying to manipulate people into giving you money?
The answer is yes. Give me some money.
And more interested in complaining.
I couldn't be more grateful. I couldn't be more grateful that people want to come.
Thank you. I'm a walking embarrassment, dude.
We do. Look at me. I'm fucking disgusting. Better, I'm a piece of shit.
I will never function the way.
See, now there is self-deprecating humor, which I engage in. You know, I'll call myself a loser and whatever, but I don't realistically believe that. You know, it's a shtick. When Boogie says it, he legitimately believes it. That's the difference. People like self-deprecating humor. They don't like people who legitimately say, I'm a piece of shit, and believe it.
You function. It's not possible.
That's why if you're griping to your viewers, if you're complaining to your subscribers, I mean, that just leaves a sour taste in people's mouths.
Yeah, see? Yeah. I was just saying that.
Closing. And if it's not closing already, already closed.
Right, so if there was money to be made in making people feel depressed, I think Boogie would be in the right business.
Yeah, Boogie is just one walking
That's just
pity
my
party
life
now.
Philosophy at this point, just face down in the mud. That's pretty much how we live our lives.
Not how I live my life, dude. Whenever I'm face down in the mud, I pick myself up. That's the key that Boogie is missing. Pick yourself back up. It's okay to get knocked down. It's okay to stay down for that 10 count. It's not okay to stay there forever.
That's right around the corner. Like, I have to sell this place. I have to tap into the equity to survive. Like, that's the last of my money. And
650. Ignore it. Ignore it. Everybody's got medical bills on their credit. Everybody.
Doctor's appointments and tests.
You got to prioritize, dude.
All of that is just to fucking stay alive.
And a medical bill is low on the priority list.
There are plenty of different content creators that have various mental illnesses all over social media.
Hello.
And some just say, it is what it is, and this is what I'm going to do. Boogie tends to be really obsessed.
Yeah, he wallows in
this
it.
idea that it's favorable to have people feel sorry for you, and that kind of victim mentality where you can get further.
The late, great Ray Charles. For those of you who don't know who Ray Charles was, maybe you're a little bit young, he was a musician, a blind musician. And one of the greatest things his grandmother told him, because he was blind from birth. He doesn't know what it's like. He didn't know what it was like to see a day in his life. And one of the things his grandmother told him is, the world will not feel sorry for you. And it's true. The world will not feel sorry for you. The world is a cruel place. It will chew you up and it will spit you out. So if your tactic is relying on sympathy to get you by, you will fail miserably. Because the world will not feel sorry for you.
In life, if people have compassion on you, regardless of the reason they're doing it.
I look awful. If I look like I've been through hell over the last couple of days, it's because I have been. Most notably, I ruined my body. Like Jerry, I ruined my own career. Maybe it was the imposter syndrome. Maybe it's because It's been a method of, I think covert narcissism is the right phrase. Like, oh, look at how pathetic I am. You should feel sorry for me. You would never be mean to me because I'm so pathetic, right? Oh, I'm so fat. I'm so weird.
Yeah,
I'm so goofy,
that's a
I'm such an
classic
old man.
manipulation tactic.
I grew up in an abusive family and an abusive home.
Join the club.
The amount of pain that's in my head and my heart is...
So vulnerable narcissism has a number of characteristics. A person can be considered a vulnerable narcissist without having them all. So with vulnerable narcissism or covert narcissism, we see pessimism.
I feel defeated and confused and
Don't
lost
check that
all
box.
the time, every day.
Hypersensitivity to criticism.
Check that box.
I can't handle this kind of hate. I can't handle these types of attacks. I can't do it.
Reactive anger. So
Mhm.
they're not really thinking things
I'm not talking for me. I'm talking
Is
for
this what I
Boogie.
have to do?
Who goes by Boogie2988 was
I love it. Frank laughing his ass off at that.
Can I get a round of applause?
The self-centeredness.
I'm the perfect victim. I have been victimized my entire life.
The sense of entitlement.
Hopefully they go into it a little bit more in the documentary, but the gentleman that came to his door that Boogie didn't want to be there was a known harasser by the name of Frank Hassel. This is his shtick. He bugs the crap out of people until the people do stupid stuff. Boogie fell for it, hook, line, and sinker, but just to sit there and have Boogie open the door with a gun in his hand and Frank just laughing his ass off is just... That's amazing to me. Because here is a potentially imminent threat to your life, and you're just laughing your ass off about it.
Help me pay for my Tesla. Please go ahead and dig deep. I sure would like a free fucking Tesla.
Leaving oneself to be special.
How many kids went on to get 4.5 million YouTube subscribers? One. Steven Williams!
Yeah, and what did you do with it? Nothing.
Same
things over and over again.
What's up? Ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, Boogie2988 coming at you all with the power of the internet. This is my rambling series, my vlog series.
Well, see, here's where I'm going to defend Boogie a little bit too. From Mike, who put together this documentary, so he edited this bit. There are so many content creators that have a catchphrase. There are so many content creators that have that one line that they always say. So Boogie's is, see if I can remember it. And it's just played out for me and I can't remember it. So, that shows the depth of my brain. Ladies and gentlemen, what's up, ladies and gentlemen of the internet? It's Boogie2988 coming at you through the power of the internet. That's his phrase. That's what he says at the beginning of every video. So that's not really indicative of him doing the same thing over and over again with that one line. Like that's his hook. That's his catchphrase. There's a lot of people that do it.
Boogie2988. His fall from grace is so catastrophic.
Not happy about it.
People are sick of the shtick.
And what would you recommend to him now to get his viewers back?
I don't think he's getting his viewers back. I don't think that's a possibility. I think the only thing to do now is go a different angle. But I don't even know if that's possible. I mean, I'm not going to say it's impossible, but...
Yeah, exactly. Go a different angle. Like I brought up, the Magic route. He has passion for Magic the Gathering. He has had passion for Magic the Gathering since he's been online. I wanted to say his entire life, but I haven't known him his entire life. But he has had passion for it since he's been online, and he can parlay that. Talk about Magic cards, talk about, the new booster packs, open booster packs live on air. Again, the Saturday Night Gaming, live stream the Saturday Night Gaming. There are directions he can go because him sitting there in front of the camera just bemoaning his existence is getting him nowhere.
How do you change yourself? Like, viewers are smart. Like, they want to see you. They want to see what you're interested in. I don't know. You got to get a job.
Right.
In this case, GameStop.
Well, that was kind of a low blow.
Don, I'm Boogie, or Steve.
Okay, what do you prefer to be called?
Although, honestly, if he could get like a part-time gig at a game store, that would be right up Boogie's alley. There's a little bit of stocking work. There's a little bit of physical labor involved, which quite honestly would be good for him. But most of the time, he just, sits there behind the counter. And he gets to talk about what he loves. He gets to talk about Magic and gaming. Not a bad idea. A part-time gig, he'd be bringing home, like, say, $300 every 2 weeks, give or take. That would significantly augment his income.
Probably Steve. Let's go with Steve.
Okay, Steve. No problem. Whatever you prefer. And so you are here today because you are seeking employment.
Yeah.
You're seeking out new work opportunities.
Hey, he shaved.
Absolutely.
Tell me a little bit about your background and where you think you want to go with.
Oh, are you ready for this train wreck, lady?
I did work at a small gaming store back in 2006, 2007. I am disabled, recognized by the state of Arkansas, but also the United States government. There's that. Now, the downside of that is I am extremely depressed. So there's some mental health issues that we bring to the table. And then physically, I am morbidly.
See, he immediately starts this off on the wrong foot. He immediately starts this off with the woe is me bullcrap. He's not talking about what he can do. He's talking about everything he can't do. Employers don't want to hear that. Employers don't care. He's starting this off completely wrong.
Obese. I have no references, no work history, and no education. And when you
oh my God, look at the look on her face.
You might see rumors that I beat my ex-wife and I'm also a pedophile. Should mention I'm also a felon.
Okay. What's the nature of your felony?
Big rubber stamp, completely unhireable.
How old is it?
About 2 years.
Okay. So I think there are some avenues you could explore. I definitely don't think it's impossible, but you have some challenges.
Yeah.
Lots of
chose
things
that
to learn
word
about the
carefully.
Mindset, and you're using weight and disability. I can't.
See?
If that is
See?
the attitude that you're going to have when you approach everything, then you can't, and you won't.
I did work in the porn industry for the better part of
Huh?
7 years, so I mean,
Be real with me. Do you really think it would be a good idea to go to a real interview and reference porn?
it depended on the job, I would think. Like at a strip club maybe, but probably not in a more professional setting, I would say.
Yes, I would say that.
Oh, she ate his lunch. She ate his lunch, his dinner, his breakfast. She ate everything. She ate him up.
In the next 3 months.
I'm not sure when it comes to the felony, we would have to seek corporate approval for that sort of charge in order to proceed.
Yeah, by the way, that was a felony.
And they would ultimately be the ones to make the decision as to whether or not we would feel comfortable presenting someone like that to our clients.
Because they have to disclose that.
Violent felonies,
It's
violent crimes or sexual crimes.
they have to disclose that for any prospective employer. The only thing they're allowed to ask is, have you been convicted of a felony? And of course, in this case, he has to say yes. Now, that under the law, that doesn't automatically disqualify you from employment, but let's be real here. If you're looking to hire someone and they say they've been convicted of a felony, are you really all that enthusiastic to hire this person?
Hey, Mike. Listen, dude. I know we're making this documentary and everything, and I know you think I need to get a real job, but I just want to let you know I'm not going to. I'm not going to walk into some job.
Because she browbeat him.
4 million.
That's the entire reason why he said he's not going to do it, is because she browbeat him. If she sugarcoated it and kissed his butt, he'd be all for it. But she was real with him, and he didn't like that.
Subscribers on YouTube. I'm one of the original YouTubers. What I'm going to do instead is go back to making content, go back to telling stories.
Go back
and
to doing the same old thing that's not
and
working.
making money doing it. You want to check back with me in a couple of months? Let's see how things are going.
What's the definition of insanity, chat?
I'll talk to you then.
Go lay down. Go lay down. Go lay down. Good job.
Yeah, so I mean, things aren't great. People are still mad at me on YouTube. My view numbers are pretty much close to zero. I'm having trouble breaking 10K on an upload right now.
I'm having trouble breaking 10.
And
you don't see me complaining.
Oh.
Well, I guess I sort of am.
Not everything is bad. I've got at least one good thing going on. Can I show you?
No, he didn't.
So this is Desi. Or you can call her Desiree.
How in the hell did he... Whoa, got her booty out. How in the hell did he manage this? He's 20 years old. All right, let's not... I'm trying to figure out how to word this. Let's not jump to our baser conclusions here. Because this is not all that uncommon in the human race. Contemporary society has taught us to frown upon this, but if we take a look at historic precedent in the early 20th century, this was very common. You know, you would have older, especially more wealthy men, which Boogie used to be, picking younger females for marriage, for, you know, all that stuff, because I'm trying to find the most YouTube-friendly way to put this. Younger women are viewed as more fertile because there is a limit to the biological clock. You know, when a woman starts getting into her 40s and 50s, it starts becoming more and more dangerous to have children. So historically, men have wanted younger women for their brides, for, you know, the fertility aspect of it. And my opinion is, as long as these are legal adults and there is consent all the way around, I don't give a flying flip what you do. That's your business, not mine. So that's where I stand on that. And again, this is in contemporary society, we have kind of been conditioned to frown upon this. You know, oh my God, he's going out with someone 20 years his junior. What's wrong with him? Is he a freak or something? This is kind of human nature.
I don't know what it was. It was, I guess it's his energy, his
Still
curly
completely
hair, his
baffled how he
glasses.
pulled it off, to be
must
perfectly
nervous.
honest.
I guess, I don't know, he's just adorable to me. I like him. He was going through a lot, and I randomly hit him up on Instagram, and I told him that
No. I refuse to believe Boogie got that freaking lucky. That just out of the blue, a very attractive lady, I'm so flustered I can't talk. I cannot believe that, again, a relatively attractive woman texted him out of the blue and say, hey, what's up? Let's meet. Do you know how many odds he defied if this is actually how it happened?
form and stuff, and so it started from there.
On paper, it just doesn't really add up, right? It doesn't make sense on paper, but then practice and in reality, there was just something there.
Oh, he's
So it was
playing
pretty
Minecraft.
crazy, but I just felt it. I felt an energy connection to him before I even met him, and I don't know. That's just how it is.
And then the longer we spent talking, I don't know, eventually you just realize we're the same person, doing the same thing, living the
I mean, I'm not saying that it can't happen. I'm not saying that this isn't true, you know, it's meant to be all that romantic nonsense, but man, oh man, knowing Boogie's history and the things he's done, the things he said, and the way he feels about himself, I can't help but think that there is some ulterior motive here. I mean, if she's a gold digger, she's barking up the wrong tree. But I don't know. Far be it from me to meddle in someone else's personal life, you know, but
same lives, just at different stages. And
I can see myself getting married to Boogie.
I could definitely see us getting married. In
she's
fact,
playing him. She is playing
we may or
him.
may not have talked about it a little bit.
That's
and
all
we
it
may
took
or
for
may
me to
not
hear.
sit
She's playing
around
him.
fantasizing about it and thinking about what it's going to look like. And I called you wifey the other day, and you loved it. You were so there for it. If I proposed right now on camera, what would you do?
Please, God, don't.
I'd say yes.
That's a good sign.
Boogie has improved my life tremendously. He just makes me happy, the happiest I've ever been. And I'm not alone, and so that he just completes me. Growing up without a father figure has its challenges.
Bingo, we found the problem. Growing up without a father figure, saying she doesn't want to be alone. We found the problem. She has serious attachment and serious codependency issues.
Like, you just don't have that support system that you would, and the advice that you need, and so it's just difficult. I don't ever want to be alone. That's another thing.
Wow.
Is
she wearing
that's why I have
makeup?
stuffed animals.
Because in that picture, she's got a ton of freckles.
So it's just nice to have.
Oh, well, there's some there. I guess they faded with age.
I help with the dogs.
Des moved in
I
after
get him-
3
I get
months.
him his water, like whatever he.
Yeah, she's trying to escape something personal in her life. Either some kind of family situation, like with her mother or stepfather or whatever, but yeah, she's running away. Yeah. She's not the paragon of mental health herself. Let's just leave it at that.
He wants and requests, I just mainly is to take care of him. He takes care of me, so. Yeah, sometimes I pick weeds out here, so, cause like, it makes it look better. Trying to trim down these vines.
Whoa, wait a minute. Hold the phone here a second. First of all, let me preface what I am about to say with there is absolutely nothing wrong with a woman wanting to do yard work. If that's their thing, fine. But, Boogie, my dude, don't you have any sense of masculine pride? I mean, you're going to let your woman go out there, mow the lawn, trim the trees, wash the windows, and you're not even going to attempt to go out there and say, no, baby, I got this. You go do something else. Like, don't you have any sense of masculine pride in your home, in your Look who I'm talking to. Of course he doesn't.
Signs, but I'm not doing a good job. I don't do this very much.
You know, I used to have a theory, Mike, that if you are a 40-year-old man and you have a Snapchat,
Oh, sleep
that
study
means you're a
time.
creepy dude. Turns out my theory was right. I have a Snapchat and I am a creepy dude.
Well, hey, you said it, dude. I didn't.
I found that person and they happened to be 20. And I get that it's creepy to date somebody half your age or younger, but people can call me creepy if they want. If she's happy and I'm happy, then I will be the biggest creep you need me to be, as long as her and I are happy. You can be as mad as you want.
I mean, fair point. I mean, going back to the age gap, I mean, again, like I said, it's not all that uncommon. In fact, in my own family, there's 21 years between my aunt and my uncle. My uncle, significantly older than my aunt. Again, going back a decade or two, this was not uncommon. It's just in the past decade or so that we as a society have started to get a bug up our ass about it.
Sexually,
I don't want to
both
hear
seem
sex.
to be
Boogie,
having
no.
An excellent time.
I don't want to hear about sexually.
I would say that it's the best I ever had. What? You were...
You're 20 years old. It's probably the only you've ever had. Whoa! You got like half a butt. Mike, what are you doing? Is this safe for YouTube? Spending more money he doesn't have.
I had a friend tell me I look like a samurai on vacation.
Dude, I can see it.
Ask if you can see it, but...
Yeah, totally can.
Here, and I think, what are you, a YouTuber or something?
Yeah, I've been on YouTube for about 17
Oh, he's a plant. He knew it.
For 17 years.
Like, how can you just look at somebody and go, you're a YouTube? Yeah, he had to have known.
Your girlfriend, who is much younger than you, is suspiciously...
This smells like setup.
That, you know, it's
Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they set this up for the film.
Is this a sex trafficking situation? You keep looking at him and never answering the question. I'm just kidding.
And I hate it when people single us out. I hate it when people like...
We're gonna do that though, it's to be expected. You're right, we're different, but...
Fuck them, right?
Yeah, fuck.
Fuck them.
Oh, see, that's when you start messing with people back. Be like, no, she's my daughter.
I love him for him.
But then again, I'm a sicko, so you know.
We're a team. He supports me in everything I do and everything I want. He's my support system.
Let me get a McCrispy Deluxe
At the drive-thru, spending more money he doesn't have.
combo. Make it large.
What do I think about his dire financial situation? I think it's scary.
I mean, yes, you got a point there. Imagine you're 49 years old, and you're dating a 20-year-old. You will love that clout to death, right? Especially if you're a guy, because let's face it, men, we've got an ego, we've got pride, and at 49 years old, we relish the fact that we are still attractive enough to land a 20-year-old girl. Let's just be real here, okay? So yeah, I mean, if I was dating a 20-year-old, I would love people pointing it out. I'd be like, yeah, check me out. Yeah, you don't have this. So it definitely is a point of ego. Now I want McDonald's. I kind of do too.
That he might lose it all in a day. He might just be homeless one day, but...
So if I'm broke, if I go broke, okay, if we end up back on disability and it's me, you, and Chad living in some small apartment and we're eating McDonald's every day and that's treating ourselves.
If you're on disability, you are not eating McDonald's every day, my dude. You're eating pizza rolls every day. You're eating ramen every day. You're going to be eating like you're back in college. And if you ate McDonald's every day in college, I can see why we have a problem now.
You gonna be able to handle that?
Yeah,
You
I guess
stand
it's
that?
me, you, Chad, eat McDonald's every day in our small, cute apartment.
Because I mean, I'm hopeful that people will go back to watching us on YouTube. I hope that people will be. I'm hopeful that people will like.
Then you got to do something different.
You know,
You
I
can't
go
do
back
the
to
same
live
stuff.
streaming full time again and do like 6-hour live streams like every other streamer and like grind it out. But I mean, there is a very real possibility that one day I won't be able to do that anymore, and we're gonna have to live off of whatever we can. Are you prepared for that?
As long as I have you, that's all I need.
Oh, poor sweet summer child. Poor girl is Twitter pated.
The fact that she's just waiting you out and trying to take your 401k when you're done.
I'm broke.
You're broke.
I'm broke, yeah.
4 million subscribers.
Even if he does go broke and has to sell the house, I'm still gonna be by his side.
Might be the best thing, honestly.
I love and I care about.
Only he can't sell the house because he doesn't own it. He hasn't paid the bank for it yet. So there is no selling the house. It's foreclosure. It's the bank getting a court order telling you to get the hell out. And you get nothing. Good day, sir.
I'm not just gonna up and leave him for money. Because money's an issue. Because I love him and just imagining a life without him is difficult.
I mean, my biggest fear is dying on her. If I die in the next 2 or 3 years on her, that's just gonna ruin her life.
And fucking fight, Boogie. Jesus.
Really
you have something to fight
want you to
for,
understand
so
how
do it.
actually sick I am. Like, I don't know if you actually get it. But this is my health summary. This is everything that's currently wrong with me. My risk for stroke or heart attack is astronomical. I am essentially...
Again, I'm kicking a dead horse here, but there is nothing wrong with Boogie that losing a significant amount of weight would not dramatically improve. That's the crux of it. And that's the hard reality this dude's got to face. The source of a lot of his problems, even his mental health, is tied to his weight. And I'm not saying it's an easy thing to do. It's not easy at all to go from 400 pounds to like 200. You know, it's not an easy journey. But if he does it, his life all the way around will be dramatically improved. His mental health will improve because he will feel so much better about himself. But he's got to want it. That's the thing. He's got to want it. His want to be with his girlfriend, his want to have a long, happy life with his girlfriend has to be more than his want for McDonald's. And right now, it's not.
a walking time bomb. And I'm so fucking sorry for that.
Then do something about it.
I really, really wish I had taken better care of my body.
If you're gonna drop dead, Boogie, drop dead on your feet fighting.
Yeah, I know. I'll never be ready for it, but I know. I don't want you to be alone.
See, there she goes. There she goes right back to the alone part. So yeah, there is some mental illness that is having an influence on this relationship. And it not coming from Boogie, coming from her. She clearly has abandonment issues. She has codependency issues. She cannot stand the thought of being alone. And that's not healthy. Not healthy at all. Is she with Boogie because she doesn't want to be alone?
Me and her have been together about overcoming it. My therapist keeps telling me the same thing. When you learn to love yourself, all these things will fall into place, and we just got to teach you those skills. And then I turn.
Honestly, that's happy-go-lucky, sugar-coated bullshit. That whole thing about, well, you need to love yourself first. No, because good things can happen in your life. Good things can happen to you that make you love yourself. All right? Do you think I look in the mirror every day and get down on my knees and thank God I'm me? Hell no. But I have things in my life that's worth fighting for. I have things in my life that give me value, that make me like myself in my life. So that whole stupid bullshit of you got to learn to love yourself first isn't always true.
Turn to my doctor, and I'm like, what do we do? He's like, you've had bypass surgery. You lost 200 pounds. What more can I do for you? I'm like,
I'm glad he brought that up. Gastric bypass. For those of you who don't know what gastric bypass is, it's literally stapling your stomach to be smaller. So your stomach is literally smaller than it used to be, thus you don't have as much appetite, you don't need as much food, and you lose weight. Because really, when we get right down to it, it's easy to lose weight. And all you have to do in order to lose weight is 100 yards and 500 calories. You need to walk an extra 100 yards every day, and you need to drop 500 calories from your diet every day, and you will lose weight. It's a slow process. You're only going to lose like maybe a pound every 2 weeks or so, but you will lose weight. That's all you have to do. So that's the theory behind gastric bypass. If your stomach is smaller, you eat less, thus you lose weight. But the problem is with people with morbid obesity, with people with eating disorders, especially a comfort eating disorder, you eat when you're depressed, which obviously Boogie does, is you will stretch your stomach back out to the size it used to be. So at that point, gastric bypass is absolutely useless to you. It's doing nothing for you because your stomach has resized. So people who get gastric bypass have to have the discipline of portion control. You need to eat less. And you need to prevent your stomach from ever stretching back out. So Boogie clearly did not have the discipline to control his portions. Thus, his stomach stretched back out. Gastric bypass is doing nothing for him.
fix it, dude. Help fix it. And then they're telling me that I'm the one that has to fix it. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. And
I just laid out a pretty good roadmap.
And I'm scared shitless.
And now, making his way to the ring.
Oh, this is the fight.
Hey, so Mike, I just got off the phone with Keemstar, and he has a boxing event coming up, and he's giving me a slot on the card.
Keemstar was so freaking jazzed when Boogie said yes.
This fight pays $10,000. No chance against me. Shut the fuck up. People are going to see me win this thing. This is where I turn it all around. Right here.
Spoiler alert, Boogie got his ass kicked. He didn't even mount any offense. Wings of Redemption just slap fighted him to death. It was the silliest, most disgusting boxing match I've ever seen. You would think with 400 pounds you could get some weight behind that fist. Oh, it was a girly slap fight. And Wings of Redemption is another self-pitying piece of trash.
Shocked with each one of those. It's ricocheting against my skull. So
You would think, like, there had to have been some preparation leading up to this fight. Like, they didn't just put these two dudes in a boxing ring with no training or whatever and said, go for it, right? Like, there had to have been some preparation. I would assume in that preparation would be how to take a punch. Because that's what every boxer in the world who has ever trained in the sweet science learns, is how to take a punch, what it feels like to get hit. First time Boogie got hit, he had no idea what to do.
Since you guys were here last, I did have a bit of a windfall, which bought me some time here in this house. The problem with that is I spent
$10,000 for that fight. If someone paid me $10,000, I would turn it into 50. I would turn that 50 into 100. I would turn that 100 into 200. I'd be a millionaire off of 10 grand. But now here comes Boogie's sob story about how everything went up in smoke.
more than 10,000 getting that fight together. So by the time all that was done, all I did was put that $10,000 back into savings. Being in the new relationship is great, but I mean, she can't help pay a $2,200 mortgage. Okay, let's go through my monthly bills.
Oh, dude's got a Mortal Kombat machine.
My health insurance is $800. I have $500 worth of medical bills. I have $500 worth of utilities. I pay for doctor's visits, physical therapies, labs constantly. I still have to pay for the car that I drive. I still have to pay for car insurance. I still have to pay for health insurance. Diablo 4 came out. I had to buy it.
No, you
Final
fucking
Fantasy
didn't.
16 came out. I had to buy it.
No, you
Tears of
fucking
the Kingdom
didn't.
Came out. I had to buy it.
No,
That's
you fucking
$400
didn't.
for the video games right there. But if you take out all of it, you take it out. All I eat is sandwiches every day. All I do is sit here. I don't pay for any Netflix subscriptions. All I pay for is internet, utilities, medical bills, mortgage. If I pay for just that, I need $7,000 a month. I'm not making $7,000 a month.
Yeah, so time to reassess and do what you can afford. That apartment for $700 a month, not sounding too bad right now. I mean, you are two people now that his girlfriend moved in. You are two people living in over 3,000 square feet. You do not need that. The house that he is living in, I guarantee, is set up for a family with children. That's not him. He doesn't need that. He can let go of that. I mean, the foreclosure is going to suck and look bad on his credit, but if that's the worst thing that happens to him throughout this whole mess, he's doing fine.
And I have no clue how to do it.
There you go. I never see this dude without a can of soda in his hand. Now, this is one that I do have personal experience with. So if you want to call me an expert on this, you can. But I was hopelessly addicted to Mountain Dew in my teenage years, like a lot of my generation was. We all fell for the Do ad campaign, right? And I finally got sick and tired of it. One day, I looked at the bottle, the 2-liter bottle of Mountain Dew. There is 1,600 empty calories in a 2-liter bottle of Mountain Dew. By empty calories, I mean that is calories your body can do absolutely nothing with. They are not beneficial to you in any way, shape, or form. 1,600. That is almost a full day's of calories in this one bottle. So I finally got sick of it. I don't drink any soda anymore. It's just water and coffee. That's it. That is a healthy switch that I made, and I am seeing benefits. And this dude can't even do that.
So there's something I've always wanted to try. There's a lot of research that came out of Europe, and now we're doing it here in the United States, where psychedelics can help reset certain brains. People who experience childhood abuse, people who've gone through trauma, people who deal with post-traumatic stress disorder.
That's because you're letting your trauma rule you.
To be honest, I'm scared shitless. It's
not the easiest thing in the world to overcome trauma. It's not. It's really not. And I don't want to sound like I am belittling Boogie. But the kicker here is people spend 5-10 years, whatever that may be, dealing with their trauma, accepting it, and learning to live their life with the trauma. It never goes away. You're never cured of trauma. But you learn healthy coping mechanisms and you learn to live with it. Boogie never has. Boogie is still stuck in his childhood. There comes a point in time where you just have to say, this is 20 years ago. This is 30 years ago. In Boogie's case, it's 40 years ago, whatever. I am not going to let it affect the man I have become. Boogie hasn't done that. He still wants the world to feel sorry for him because he had a shitty childhood. I had a shitty childhood. My father was an alcoholic that was physically abusive. You don't let it rule you.
the only things I haven't tried yet. So let's give it a shot.
A psychedelic ceremony. Oh, Lord, this ought to be good.
My given name is Ryan Arthur DiLeolio, and I've adopted the name Flaming Star. There's one thing that's
Should have adopted the name
undeniable,
Bullshit
is
Artist.
that there's always this question about why. Why am I here? Existence. What's really happening? Who am I?
All right,
That's
fair.
what
Let's
happens
give
when
this
you
dude the
seek
benefit
out
of the doubt.
hallucinogenics. It's going to allow everything else physically here to relax. The emotional stuff is going to come out. Trauma's going to come out. But afterwards, your atoms
I mean, honestly, there's worse things you can do than do a shroom in front of a campfire. There's worse things you could do.
are going to go back into their original positions. That's why. He'll be mind, body, and spirit all one together. We're all connected.
I believe
When
it.
you get to a certain point of understanding inside your intellect mind, that connectivity, you realize your hands are basically like USB ports.
So these are the
fuck?
It's crazy to think that something that just grows out
Oh,
of the
there we
ground
go.
has so much power.
There they
and
are.
I'm actually holding it in my hand right now. But here we go.
Do it up. That campfire's gonna turn purple on you, my dude.
They don't taste bad.
Yeah, they're a
Honestly,
little
that doesn't
dry.
taste too bad.
They're pretty good and dry. Everybody just says kind of earthy.
Yeah, they get cotton mouth. Yeah.
Stem and all.
So, a lot of water
Oh,
is
the whole
good.
thing? Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Welcome to the club. May God bless you and be with you on your journey.
Okay, so
15 minutes later.
I think we've been about 20 minutes in.
20 minutes in, the campfire's turned purple. The toaster's flying at him. You know, he's seeing dwarves and mushrooms are fun. That's all I'm gonna say.
About 15, yeah.
About 15. So we're about 15 minutes in, and I started to feel things are kind of wavy. And
It'll
kinda
take a little
disconnected.
longer for him because he's
It's
a big
kinda
dude.
like my brain works on multiple channels, and like I have to pick and choose what I'm concentrating on. I have driven.
Here we go.
balls. I have no clue where the fuck I am.
We have
or
liftoff.
who I am, and I don't give a fuck. I recognize.
He's about to experience the second part of the realization of letting go. And we're going to get to the other side of it. I told you they'd come. It's going to get nice and bright in about 5 more minutes.
Yeah.
And the reflection in the water is really cool too. So what do you think was the first trauma that you experienced which basically set up like a defense mechanism for you?
Man, yeah, my parents are just crazy. They're broken.
See, now this is actually a really interesting concept because the disinhibition properties of the shrooms might, if he can stay coherent enough to do it, might make him talk about this without actually reliving it. So this is kind of interesting. You know, I called him a bullshit artist in the beginning, but I'm kind of seeing the logical merit to this.
People.
Parents?
Yeah. Stewards. People who are like trying to oh, okay. Okay.
But staying coherent while tripping is
Yep.
not the easiest thing in the world to do.
That makes a lot of sense, doesn't it?
What?
Like they don't, I mean, that shit doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. That was the dumbest shit. Oh, and it happened so long ago. Like I've just been waiting for the right time to just drop that shit.
So when did you feel the need of this separate personality? Was that like what you used as a coping mechanism to socialize with?
Oh, without a doubt.
Oh, that's exactly what it is, right? Like I didn't know what the hell, I don't know how to communicate what I was dealing with or what I was going through, and I just...
Right, we put on these different faces in order to deal with situations in society.
You try to give people what the hell they want.
And then you felt like that was the need to make up Francis or other personalities?
Yeah.
Are you ready to let all that go?
Yeah.
Don't let
please,
Francis go.
man.
That was your moneymaker. That's what people liked.
Oh my God. This is the first time I've ever felt happiness.
Wait, what?
Happiness. Like, this is the first time I felt it. So I was about to tell him, man,
Yeah,
it's all
because you
bullshit.
let go.
It's all bullshit. Just all the things I've been worried about.
Because you are the master of your own orchestra, man.
It's a game, right?
Just let 'em go, so it's up to you to choose.
And then he wakes up and he's back to normal.
Steven, can you get up? Hello?
Dude, I was tripping balls last night.
I'm still not sure I'm like really here yet. I don't really want breakfast. That's change. Jesus.
Well, shrooms don't give you the munchies like weed does, but it kind of does.
Let's go. It's just all bullshit. Like, none of this matters. None of it. It's all a construct. It's all a simulation. It's a fucking video game. You know when you die, I think I died last night. Physically, my body was fine, but
All right, let's roll with that.
I went back into the void we come from, and I think I'm still in it. Except I'm also in this physical corporal body, but I'm also the incorporeal being that puppets it and controls it.
Congratulations, we have enlightenment.
Damn, I feel like I'm in control. I feel like I'm in control of myself for the first fucking time.
Then fucking do something about it.
The stuff that I normally worry about, worrying about my finances, worrying about my internet, worrying about what people think about me, it's all so incredibly stupid. It's all just bullshit. I think I'm going to enjoy making YouTube videos again. I think I'm going to enjoy live streaming again. What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Boogie2988 coming at your live again to the power. When I make a video, 10,000, 15,000, 20,000 people watch. That is still my dream job. Everybody falls off. That's part of the deal.
Every single month. He had tons and tons.
You start off as a nobody, and for a short.
No, I'm sorry. You don't go into the freaking campfire in the woods, do a freaking shroom cap, and then suddenly you figured out all your life's problems. No, it doesn't work that way. I mean, yes, he's onto something, but this did not happen overnight. Like, I think Mike is getting savvy with the editing here. I think this is months down the road, because, no, dude, you can't do shrooms one night and then wake up and you have your whole life figured out.
Short period of time, you're a somebody, and then that star burns out like every star does. I was lucky enough to get hit by lightning. I was lucky enough to get to live my dream. I was lucky enough to get to enjoy all of that, play this game the way I wanted to play it. I'll be gone one day too. But for one brief moment, we got an opportunity to shine really bright.
Boogie's still broke. All right, well, that epiphany didn't really mean much. And that's all, folks. I remember that when he took a Guitar Hero controller and screwed up his Xbox. See, this is Francis. This is when he was funny.
I thought it was one of the funniest things I'd ever seen. Like, I remember it being Boogie2988 coming at you live once again through the power of the internet. Yeah, oh yeah, Jordan, that's amazing.
Means a felon. Well, yeah. I mean, he's not just a felon in the state of Arkansas. He's a felon. That's federal charge. He's a felon forever, no matter where he goes.
That you're absolutely fucked. Okay, all right, so.
Was definitely not paid for this production because Biggie's broke.
he got pretty mad because he can't find his Mountain Dew. And I gotta be honest, the funniest part is he tried to find the Mountain Dew in the microwave. Oh my god.
That Mountain Dew video is still funny as hell. So anyway, that is the documentary. I hope you guys enjoyed.
One of them has 175 views.
Bill, get the hell out of here.
One of them has 200 views.
And there's my desktop. Oh no! Ah! You can tell this is a professional production here. So anyway, that was the documentary on Boogie2988. Props to Mike. This was a wonderfully put together film. Looked absolutely professional. I would not be surprised if Mike went to film school for this, because it definitely, his chops show. This was a great production. And Boogie's whole problem is he just doesn't want it bad enough. And I know that sounds cliche to say, but it's true. He doesn't want it bad enough to take it from the things that are holding him back. He doesn't want it bad enough to fight his demons. And I hope he does one day, because, you know, nobody wants to see somebody just roll over and drop dead, but I don't know. I hope Boogie gets it together, because at one point in time, you know, he was one of the OGs. He was one of the, you could put him right there with the angry video game nerd. I mean, he was right there with him. He was funny. He was entertaining. He was inspiring. And right now he's just not anymore. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Mike, I hope I didn't butcher your film too badly by pausing it all the time. I will see you guys next time. If you like this sort of thing, we'll keep doing more. If you don't like it, we'll go back to video games and me trying to figure out what you guys like. So anyway, I will see you next time.